need a flat bench and a pair of dumbbells for this next program.
Rookie push-up for this exercise. So rather than doing your push-up from your feet, we're just going to do it from our knees. Now, very important with this one, you've got to maintain a straight line from your shoulder to your knee. Where people go wrong with this one is they lift their bum and it takes away the core engagement. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that. Because you're on your knees and it's a fairly easy push-up, let's try and make it nice and deep. Let's go down all the way and come straight back up. Your turn to try this one. Working some basic abs crunches for this one. So you can see that I've got my knees bent and my feet are flat on the floor. I've got my elbows side to side and I'm looking straight up so that I'm not yanking at my neck. Your lower back doesn't leave the floor at all. It's a crunch and not a sit up. Your turn. Basic hips raise for this exercise. So you can see I've got my feet at shoulder width and I'm lifting all the way up to a point where I'm going past straight line from my knee to my shoulder. Now you can see my hands are on the floor for support as well, so you're welcome to do that too. Your turn to try this one. Let's grab a pair of dumbbells for this next segment. Letter N handstand for this one. So this is going to take a whole lot of core strength and some arm strength as well to keep you up in the air the whole time. Now, if you're pretty comfortable with this one, you can actually go ahead and extend your legs out into a letter L handstand as well. Your turn to try this one. stiff leg deadlifts for this one. So you can see the knees are soft straight and they're not fully bending as you drop down, as you would with a conventional deadlift. So you're going to get that really good stretch in the hamstrings. You're going to get it in the lower back as well. You can see the dumbbells are just dropping straight back, and Coach Levi is holding his shoulders back, so he's not slouching. The feet are nice and parallel and they're at shoulder width. Your turn. Your turn. Let's hop into some in and out squats for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Working some basic abs crunches for this one. So you can see that I've got my knees bent and my feet are flat on the floor. I've got my elbows side to side and I'm looking straight up so that I'm not yanking at my neck. Your lower back doesn't leave the floor at all. It's a crunch and not a sit up. Your turn. Okay, standing up and going straight into an isometric arms extension for this one. So you want to make sure that your knees are slightly bent. Nice horizontal arms, and then we're going to maintain this for 45 seconds. Abs tucks for this exercise. So you can see that I'm starting with extended legs, feet and knees together, and then I'm bringing my knees all the way back to my chest and then releasing all the way until I've got straight legs again. Your lower back doesn't leave the floor, and you can see that I've got my head lifted in order to support my spine. Your turn. Basic hips raise for this exercise. So you can see I've got my feet at shoulder width and I'm lifting all the way up to a point where I'm going past straight line from my knee to my shoulder. Now you can see my hands are on the floor for support as well, so you're welcome to do that too. Your turn to try this one.
front and back hops on the spot for the next 30 seconds. Your turn to try it.
Working a variation of a Russian twist for this one. So you can see we're doing it with our feet up, so there's no support there. Your core is a little bit more active, and we're going to try to keep our weight on the butt cheeks rather than the tailbone. And it's just a matter of twisting from side to side for this one. Let's get you guys to have a go. Bench top crunch. Now make sure you get nice and close to your bench for this one, so you're creating a small package to start with. And then when you do those crunches, they're going to feel really tight because of the confined space. So this is an excellent way of training, in particular, your upper abs. Your turn to try this exercise. Okay, just working some hops or some bounces if you like in your fighting stance. So just pick your natural side and work with that. Now the idea is to keep your weight on your toes the whole time and just bouncing lightly back and forth. Your turn. Dumbbells Abs Tuck. Now, you could do this with or without the dumbbell. So if you've got the core strength to do it with the dumbbell, then do that. Otherwise, you can always lose the dumbbell and just do it manually. You can see I'm holding the seat for support and then just pulling those knees all the way to my chest and then releasing until I've got nice straight legs. Your turn to try this one. Bench top crunch. Now make sure you get nice and close to your bench for this one, so you're creating a small package to start with. And then when you do those crunches, they're going to feel really tight because of the confined space. So this is an excellent way of training, in particular, your upper abs. Your turn to try this exercise. Elevated glutes bridge for this exercise. So starting on the floor with my heels on top of the bench, and I'm gonna squeeze my glutes and my hamstrings, and I'm gonna apply all my weight onto my heels and lift all the way up. Now you can see I'm hitting a straight line from my shoulder to my knee once I'm elevated. So we've got to make sure we get there. Your turn to try this one. Windscreen Wiper from a supine position for this one. So you can see I've got my arms out in the T to give me that added bit of support so I can push on the floor to assist the movement. And then it's just a matter of straight legs going all the way to the left and coming up and going to the right as well. Just keep alternating these until the end of the set. Your turn. working some prone X crunches from a plank position. So all I'm doing is I'm basically connecting opposite knee and opposite elbow together while trying to balance in my plank position. Your turn to try this one.
Let's all run on the spot with high knees for the next 30 seconds. Your turn.
Starting with your arms straight holding up the dumbbell, we're going to go straight into some dumbbell crunches on the bench. So you've just got to make sure that your lower back remains pinned against your bench, and it's just a nice lift of the shoulder blades whilst keeping your arms nice and straight for this one. Your turn to try it. Half rollover for this exercise. You can see I'm using vertical arms in order to give me a guide, and I'm trying to keep my knees as straight as I can while throwing up those rollovers. Now I'm going to come back down, but I'm going to make sure I don't touch the floor, so you want that engagement of the lower abs, and then going straight back into it once again. Your turn.
Let's work some fast feet on the spot for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Getting into some rotating chops for the next 45 seconds. Your turn to have a go.
Standing obliques crunch for this one. So standing with your feet at shoulder width, you can go marginally wider if you like, and standing up nice and tall. All you want to do from here is reach to the side with the dumbbell. So you want to make sure your hand extends past your knee if you can. And you can see Coach Levi is actually doing the other side, the opposite side as well, in order to get that stretch. We're going to hit one side and then we're going to go to the other side after. Your turn. Mountain climber from a prone floor position for this one. So you notice that I'm nice and light on my toes. The front foot doesn't touch the floor at all. Okay, all your weight is on 3 points, your back foot as well as your two hands. Try and maintain your height as well as you can, and just nice lengthy mountain climbers for this one. Your turn. supine obliques rotation for this exercise. So this one's a lot like a Russian twist, but you're doing it with your lower back pinned up against the floor. So rotating, feeling those obliques and intercostals as you're doing it, and just making sure that your lower back remains on the floor the whole time. Your turn. Swiss Army knife crunches for this exercise. So you can see that I'm starting with extended arms and extended legs, toes nice and pointy, and then we're going to crunch up and your arms and legs are going to meet in the middle. And then we're going to work our way back. Now you've got to make sure that your hands and your feet don't touch the floor once you're extended out. Let's get you to try this one. Torso and knee drop for this one. So you can see I'm starting at a tabletop and then I'm rolling from side to side. Now I'm allowing my arms to support me. It's hitting the floor. I'm rolling right over until my hands touch each other and my knees are on the floor, and then I'm rolling back to the other side. Your turn to try this one. Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now. If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.